There are moments in life when everything seems to fall apart, and yet, somehow, you're still standing. You may have walked through heartbreak, loss, confusion, or deep disappointment, and though it wounded you, it didn't destroy you. That's not just resilience, that's often a sign that God is protecting you. His protection isn't always loud or visible. Sometimes it's quiet and invisible, woven into the very fabric of your life in ways you only notice when you pause and look back. One of the most powerful signs that God is protecting you is when you experience peace in the middle of chaos. When you're going through something that should have crushed your spirit, yet you find yourself strangely calm and full of hope. That peace is not your own. It's the peace that only God gives, the peace that surpasses all understanding. It doesn't come from your circumstances being perfect, but from the presence of God surrounding you like a shield. He covers your heart and mind, quiets your fears, and gives you the strength to keep walking forward when everything around you is telling you to give up. That unshakable peace is not natural, it's supernatural. It's a sign that God is close, actively working, and shielding you from the inner destruction that trials can bring. Another sign of God's protection comes through life's redirections. Sometimes you desperately want something, a job, a relationship, an opportunity, and it doesn't work out. At the time, it feels like failure. It feels like you've been denied something good. But with time, you begin to see that what you thought was a setback was actually God setting you up for something better, or shielding you from something harmful. That person you thought was the one might have pulled you away from your purpose. That job you didn't get might have led to burnout or moral compromise. That dream you clung to might have cost you more than you could afford. Closed doors are painful, but they are often one of the clearest signs that God is protecting you. He sees the bigger picture. He knows what lies ahead, and in His love, He sometimes says no, not to hurt you, but to help you. What feels like rejection is often redirection, and in that redirection is the shelter of God's wisdom and care. Divine delays are another sign of His protection. There are times when things just don't happen when you want them to. You feel like you're stuck or forgotten, but what if that delay is actually God's perfect timing at work? What if He is keeping you from stepping into something before you're ready, or before the world is ready for you? Sometimes delays save us from accidents, harmful encounters, or premature exposure. You might be frustrated in traffic only to hear there was a terrible accident on the route you were meant to take. You might feel like you missed out on an opportunity, only to learn later it would have led you away from your values or your peace. God's timing is not just about granting blessings, it's about orchestrating protection. His delays are not denials. They are a sign that He is intricately involved in the details of your life, making sure things happen when it is safest and best for you. Inner convictions and spiritual warnings are also signs of God's protection. Have you ever felt a strong feeling not to go somewhere, not to talk to someone, or not to take a certain step? That sudden discomfort or hesitation in your spirit might be the Holy Spirit warning you. God speaks through your conscience, your discernment, and your intuition. When you are connected to Him, He will nudge you away from danger, even if that danger isn't immediately visible. Listening to those promptings can save you from emotional pain, physical harm, or spiritual compromise. His protection often looks like wisdom, an unexplained knowing deep within that tells you something is not right. This internal guidance system is not random. It is divine protection in motion. Another sign is when you receive help in unexpected ways. Maybe you're going through a financial crisis, and someone blesses you with exactly what you need. Maybe you're feeling emotionally exhausted, and someone calls or sends a message that lifts your spirits. Maybe you're facing a challenge you don't know how to overcome, and the right person or solution shows up just in time. These are not coincidences. These are God's fingerprints on your life. He often uses people, opportunities, and resources to surround you with protection, provision, and encouragement. Sometimes you don't even realize you're in danger until you're safely on the other side and can see how everything works together to keep you safe. Then there's the protection you never see. The spiritual battles fought on your behalf, the accidents avoided, the people removed from your life quietly. the illnesses that passed over you, the harm that was meant for you but never reached you. There are unseen forces constantly at work, and God's angels are real, defending and guarding you according to His will. You may never know all the ways God has protected you in the spiritual realm, but your continued presence here, your ability to read these words, breathe this moment, and keep moving forward is proof that you have been covered by a power greater than yourself. Lastly, one of the most profound signs that God is protecting you is the strength you find to endure. Life can be hard, sometimes unbearably so. But if you've made it through loss, grief, betrayal, anxiety, or depression, and still have a soft heart, still believe in love, still have hope, that is the protection of God. He doesn't always remove the storm, but He holds you through it. He doesn't always stop the pain, but He ensures it doesn't consume you. Your heart remains tender when it should be hardened. Your soul remains intact when it should be shattered. That kind of preservation is not accidental. It's divine. God's protection isn't just about keeping you alive. It's about keeping you whole. It's about preserving your purpose, guarding your faith, and ensuring that even when life breaks around you, it doesn't break you. In every season, whether you see it or not, God is protecting you. Sometimes through peace, sometimes through pain, sometimes through delay, and sometimes through a closed door. He is always near, always working, always covering you in His grace and mercy. Trust that if you belong to Him, you are never unprotected. His hand is on your life, and He is watching over you with a love that never fails.